Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. Welcome to this video, and I'm going to call this video episode number 1 of the clothing classroom. The clothing classroom. It's a tongue twister right there. I used to do this a couple of years back, and I really enjoyed it. And essentially what I'm going to be doing in this video is teaching you about clothing. And specifically today, we're going to be talking about Adidas, and we're going to be covering some of the top 10 items to be on the lookout for when it comes to clothing and clothing accessories within the Adidas brand. Because I still remember when I was first getting started over, 6 years ago, I would go into the thrift store and I would pass up on a lot of these items. Now, I'm not telling you that every single item I'm going to show you I've come across, but myself, I found probably half of these items, if not more, probably like 70% of these items, not the specific ones, but I found sweatshirts and jerseys and shoes and bags, different things within this arena that are parallel that you can definitely find as well. So with that being said, if you're excited for this video and you're ready to learn about 10 things that can make you money at thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, auctions, then do me a big favor and smash that like button and show some love. But with that being said, let's dive into this video and let's have a little bit of fun. So the first item that I want to share with you, which I thought was pretty cool, were these vintage Adidas socks. Now, it's probably really hard to come across, vintage Adidas socks, brand new, never opened. But maybe you're at an estate sale and you find a whole box of these things, right? 40 of them. I know it's probably really rare and hard to do, but imagine that. And you might think to yourself, should I pick it up or not? Look at these. 3 of them sold for $65, vintage Adidas socks. And it's amazing what some people are willing to pay for items like this because it brings back their childhood memories, or just maybe when they were in their 20s or 30s playing tennis, wearing these socks. And they're like, you know what, I gotta have them. Where else are you gonna get something like this? So just an interesting, weird thing that I came across. So be on the lookout for those vintage socks. Now, if you find these used, they still sell as well. Just make sure to clean them. Make sure you, are 100% upfront with the condition and whatnot. But that's a really cool item. Next up are vintage Adidas shoes. Now, I'm not going to come here and pretend that I'm an expert with these types of items, but when I was going through the sold listings and I typed in Adidas vintage shoes, I noticed a lot of these were selling for really big bucks. I mean, look at these weird pair of, Adidas Kobe 2 shoes, $125, 1996 Adidas EQT Top 10 2000 FYW Kobe Bryant, $129 our best offer. Look at these. Stan Smith, $325 with 11 bids on it. I don't know anything about this type of item, but I guess like the big lesson is if you're at a thrift store or a garage sale, or probably more likely an estate sale, and you come across like a vintage Adidas box with some, vintage Adidas shoes on it, some of these items can go for big, big bucks. It was really surprising. And as I go through these sold listings, you'll see, a lot of them are selling for 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks. Look at all these vintage Adidas shoes that are selling for really big money. So if you come across something like this, right, and you're thinking to yourself, what in the world are we going to be doing with these? Moonwalking? Look them up, get a feel in the sold listings, and these are weird. These are super weird. Comment down below if you'd ever wear these. Next up is Adidas jerseys. Anything that is themed out with a sports team, or more specifically a name that's associated with it. So I'm not big into, I believe this is, a soccer jersey. Fowler, $139.99 on this item. Just really interesting. Be on the lookout for jerseys. So if you go in and you type in Adidas vintage jersey, you'll see quite quickly that a lot of these things are selling for big bucks. Again, like the lesson here is look up the jersey, look up the name of the player. I'm looking for sold listings right now. And you'll get a feel for what's worth money, what's not worth that much money. This one sold for $59, but then this one only sold for $13.99, probably because it was like a youth jersey, a kid's jersey. So go through and research. Look at this, $150 right here, but this was only $17.99. So you've got to spend time in the sold listings. Next up is a crazy, vibrant, rainbow-colored, I don't even know if it's a rainbow. I don't know if color pink is in a rainbow. I don't think so. But it's bright. It's vibrant. It's screaming out to your face. Look at me. Give me attention. Vintage all day long. 1980s Adidas hooded jacket, and $69.99 right here. Really, really cool item. This is the type of stuff that you want to be on the lookout for with tracksuits, ski jackets, mostly ski jackets. I want to say tracksuits. I don't usually see them this color, but like the ski jackets and the outdoor snow type of apparel, really big bucks when it comes to this stuff. Next on deck is this vintage Adidas Sport Hat. This reminds me of like a Ralph Lauren polo sport type item because Ralph Lauren has the sport model and a lot of it sells really well. This almost looks like Ralph Lauren, right? 80s, 90s, Adidas, $150 on this item. It's used. Be on the lookout for crazy, unique colors like this. It's got the T-snap on it. When it comes to Adidas, now you're not going to find hats like this all day long, but $150 on this item, which is really, really cool. Check this item out right here. This is a vintage gym bag. Adidas. It looks like maybe it's leather or vinyl. It says vinyl. Check this out. That's really, really cool. The colors are just unique. I mean, this is something you could definitely find at like an estate sale or maybe in the corner of a thrift store. I want to know here, whoever's watching, who here goes into the bag section at thrift stores? I feel like a lot of resellers pass up the bag section. You can find some really amazing bags at the thrift store. And here's an example of something, I'm not saying you're going to find this, but maybe one day you will, or you'll find like a vintage Adidas bag. Bags can sell for really, really amazing margins. So be on the lookout for these types of items right here. Next on deck is a crazy sweatshirt within the Adidas brand. This is themed out London Olympic Games, I believe 1908, 1948 right here. Couple things you want to be on the lookout for. It's themed Olympic Games. The colors are crazy, right? You've got the flag on the background. You've got the player on the front. You've got stuff on the sleeves, right? Patches on the sleeves, colors. It's screaming money all day long. $86 on this item. This is just a fine example of something rare, hard to come across. But if you find it, this stuff is only going up in value over time. So just want to share this with you because, these are the types of items that could put really big profits in your pockets. Next on deck is this pair of what appears to be just shorts, nothing special pair of shorts. You might think to yourself, I'll put them on eBay for $9.99. I got to pick it up for $1 or less. Nope. When it comes to Nike or Adidas, and there's actually quite a few other brands, if you want me to make a video on all the various vintage shorts, items, and brands that make you big bucks, let me know in the comments. But there's been some surprising sales I've had over the years flipping these, they're typically 100% nylon shorts that you wear during soccer or playing tennis. This sold for $37.50. It looks like it's like discolored. It might even be like all dirty and it's still sold for $37.50. But this is a really cool item right here. It's got the little pinstripes going down the sides. Adidas, $37.50. Do some research into this brand, Adidas, and type in vintage shorts, and you'll learn quite quickly that a lot of these items sell for really good money. Here's just a basic tracksuit. Nothing special. It doesn't really have any crazy vibrant colors. The logo isn't really spelled out on the front. There's really nothing going on the back of this item. It does have the nice, pinstripes going down the sleeves, which is great. $49.99. Be on the lookout for tracksuits at the thrift store. And if you ever come across a pair of just like the track pants or the track top, go into the other section and see if you could find the bottom or the top to match them up. Because when you can put the full set together, that's when you could really increase the value of the item. And last but not least is a windbreaker. Now, a couple things I want to mention right here. You see how Adidas is spelled out in big letters on the sleeves? Those are the types of things that really increase the value of an item. If you flip it over to the back, you see how there's nothing on the back. If there was like a big logo or a patch, that would increase the value as well. This is size large, just a basic black and white windbreaker right here, but something that's definitely going to be, something that someone wants, right? Because it's going to bring back those memories, right? I believe this is from like the 80s. Also, be careful with the, I don't know if it's like a cotton interior or what it is, but it's kind of like a very thin material. A lot of times that'll be ripped. And I've noticed like those get really stained up. So make sure to inspect these very, very well. So hopefully you guys learned some really cool things in this video about the various items that you could be on the lookout for when it comes to the Adidas brand. Do not pass up on Adidas. If you're brand new and you're coming across Adidas, go into the sold listings and research the item. Now, keep in mind that a lot of the items are going to be like newer and more current, but also like, just look them up because you never really know. So if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.